Yeah, hello friends, how you doing? Today is a great day, right? Yeah, another week with you. Yes, today I'll be telling you a whole lot of things like residence, why you need it, okay? Very, very important without it, man. A lot of things. And what about hospitality as alternative? Yeah, we shall find out. We shall find out in all these videos. Yes, those of you expecting the universal baby bonus, that's in your unico. Hey, hey, wala day. And also, a whole lot of things like that. I'm telling you, even your certificate, your school certificate, the one you thought you have, but you don't know you don't have it. Yeah, with you who know all these things. And if you're having children, listen very well. Something you need to know for your own good and your own benefit, okay? All right. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe. It's free, man, so that you can get informed, updated. You know, information is key. It's power. It's security. It's everything you need in life. Without it, you are lost. I'm telling you. So to my friends who are subscribed, thank you very much. You guys are great, wonderful. One love to you all. Yes, some things will come up as a shocker, as a secret to you guys. So stay to the end of the video. Those who watch the end will be the one to benefit it. Yeah, it's like that, you know. Okay, all right. So moving straight. Okay. Now if you have the subsidiary permit, yes, that's subsidiary. Please, never you think that in any way, let's say you have your country's passport. If Questura knows about it, like they collected it from you when you came in, maybe those who came through visa, there's no problem. When you get your subsidiary document, they will still give it back to you, or even protezione speciale. In that case, they're already aware that you have your country's passport, so no need of hiding it anymore. Okay, but if Questura never knew that you have it and you are hiding it, you never surrendered it to the government, man, you better go and seek a lawyer's address, okay? Redress from the lawyers who can tell you what to do after then, okay? So, can you have your subsidiary, the titulo di viaggio and also your country passport? Yes, you can have the two if you wish. Yes, but your country passport is more superior. Also, the titulo di viaggio is good for traveling. But remember, be careful. You know the kind of story you told in Questura in the commission. So please avoid that your country. Avoid. You know the other way. The other way is very important to know that way you can use to go back home. All right. So now you can go for the titolo di viaggio if you think you need it, but it's not really necessary when you already have your country's passport, especially when your questora will take it away from you, the titolo di viaggio, and ask you to go and get your country's passport. Just go ahead and get it, no problem. No problem, because now they are the one who asked you to go and do it. Yes, now regarding to the school certificate, you will need to apply for your, let's say, the Italian passport. Be careful, because not all the school are having the what they call a convention, you know, that convention right, you know. So now when you want to go to any Italian language school, ask if you ask them convenzionata or convenzionato, you know. So those ones that are having the convenzionato, you know, that kind of license to operate, like CPR and the rest of them. So with that certificate, you can apply for your Italian passport without having problem. That's why some people, when they apply, they will reject it. They tell them the certificate they brought is not really the required one, the specific one by the EU, by the European Union, the standard one. So you have to ask them, è convenzionato, la scuola è convenzionato, scuola per la lingua italiana. Okay, so please make sure. So if you're already having the certificate, why don't you go and find out with your school by asking them if it's in the convention, they have the conventional right to, you know, issue that certificate, so that you will not have problems when you're going to apply for your Italian passport. But for your carta soggiorno, no problem. Some have been using the normal ones to apply for it. Okay, these are things you need to know before you go for your passport. Very important. Then what about the residence thing? Some people are thinking that you can use hospitalita to apply for carta or passport, Italian passport. No, you cannot use hospitalita at all. So before going for that, these two kind of permits, whether the passport or carta, please make sure that you have the required requirements in total, like the residence. Maybe you have a house, you are residing in that particular comune, whereby you can present the residence certificate to them, and also the lo stato di famiglia. The hospitality, you can always use it to be renewing your normal documents like your protezione speciale, case special humanitarian, subsidiary, even asilo. You can use them normally. But when you want to go for carta or passport, man, they will ask you for your residence certificate. So it's always important. Even house contract to some extent, some questora asks of it, and also the housing suitability certificate. Yes, they also ask for these things, and you're good. So please, it's very important. And remember, you are not to stay away that long. For that period of 5 years of residence, please avoid staying away that long for at least, you don't have to stay more than 3 months. In total of 5 years, if 6 months are missing or 8 months, man, you are disqualified. So please do not overstay so that you not be having issues and be wondering what happened, what happened. But I have read, man, you can't deceive them in any way. You cannot. So please, most of you out of Italy, be careful. Just try to know these things. So I won't tell you the other way, but things are being monitored nowadays, All right. So now that is it. So let's go into the universal baby bonus thing they said from 1st of July. Asenyo Unico. That one. For babies, they say the more the babies, the money goes higher, depending if you're working or not working, they know how they calculated it. But now, they are saying another thing, that it may not hold anymore. I'm sorry to break your heart. They said it will not hold anymore, So until further notice, some are even saying till January next year, that's when they will kick off till another announced date. But for now, they said it may not hold anymore. So please hold on, stick with Chimen, subscribe so that as soon as they pronounce the new date or whatever, or something changes, you'll be the first to know, so long as you're here with Chi. Yeah, okay? I'm sorry. I know most of us are waiting for this day, July 4th, to start going to apply. But now they have said these things. I don't know whether it's all about the bonuses they are rolling out, so they may like, we are rolling out a lot of money, a lot of bonuses. Let's hold on, let's pause it until people finish consuming these ones that we have already brought out, okay? Maybe like that. So now, moving to the next one. You're having a child. You know the story of this girl of recent, whereby they wanted to take her child away from her only because of the way she's feeding her child and backing her child. So please, if you're backing your child, the African way of backing children, please start avoiding it now, because these people are watching, especially the social, the Italians, those whites, they are watching you. At any moment, they can just go and report you to the social, saying that you're abusing that child, but they don't understand that this is our African culture. So that was how this girl fell into trouble. And also they said she's like forcing the child food, all the time, forcing the child, and the child will be crying. They have been warning her, but they told her even that we're going to report to the sociale, but she never listened until they have this confrontation where they went and reported her, and the rest is history. They came to take the child away, but what happened? The child was crying, trying to cling onto the mother, like pushing to go back to the mother. How old is this child? I think 1 year and some months, like that. So now, the girl, who is the mother of this child, was crying, saying, never, you guys have to kill me before you can take this child. You can't take my child away from me. This is not fair. Even they themselves, at least, why are they taking people's children? This is heartbreaking. Taking people's children away from them to give them to another person who never cared to give birth in his or her lifetime, Then taking mostly Africans are the ones suffering this things. I don't know why. So now, this girl refused and struggled and said never. So when they saw her, she was crying and the baby crying also to go back to the mother, then they have to give back their baby to the girl. Now, after that, the boyfriend, who is the father of the baby, now came and presented himself and said, hey, I have a job, I have a house, what are you talking about? I have money, I can take care of my family. I want to take my girl out, because this girl came as a trafficked victim, trafficked girl. Was meant to go into prostitution, but she went and reported the whole thing, and the government put her in this NGO, this kind of camp where they put girls who have been trafficked. So some are having children in that camp. And what? In her own very presence, 2 girls, they tried to take away, in fact, they took away babies from 2 girls in her camp. And that was what is frightening her. And now, remember, in some years back, like 2017, 18, in Roma, where also a Nigerian lady, her 2 children were taken away from her. Only God knows for what reasons. They bring up flimsy reasons, flimsy excuses, allegation upon us like that. So now, this girl, this one in Roma, her children were given out for adoptions, whereby it is difficult for her to even go and see the children anymore. She would not see them. So now, this NGO, these human rights organizations, like the court also, even the United Nations, they are saying that this is not fair at all. At least consider the trauma these people have passed through before even trying to take away their children. They said in Europe, Italy is ranking high in countries that are taking away people's children, just like that. So this human rights cause organization, UN, they are against it. They are speaking hard against it. They leave people with their children. It's not fair. So now this has given hope to more migrants, knowing that now the human rights organizations are there to fight for them at any moment in time. So please avoid things like going to the social always to ask them for help. It's very risky. By going there all the time, they will assume that you are poor, you cannot take care of that child, blah, blah, blah. And again, if you are homeless, do not even try to be careless anyhow to make them know, and also stay far from them. Stop avoiding visitors. The whites, avoid bringing visitors into your homes, because from there they will find out a lot of things going into your house, to know that your house there is no heater, is dirty, blah blah blah. They'll start finding faults, saying your child is playing on the floor, your child is dirty, your clothes is dirty. There's also even some could be allegations. They say your child is crying too much. So you may think that they are your friends, but I tell you, most of them are like investigators too. So the wiser you are now, better for you if you don't want to lose your child. So now some have even taken their child back home just to have peace of mind. They took their child back home. What is that? Take your child back home and have peace of mind, whereby you can be sending money and they'll be taking care of the child. That's what many have done so far. Instead of all this pressure, this stress, even in school, they keep bringing things up that your child is not performing well, you are not teaching your child well, your child is dirty. They just bring up allegations like this. That is why also you need the language. You as a father, mother, you need to know the Italian language, because this is like they'll say, you don't speak the language, how then will you bring up this child in a more better way? So please learn the language too. If you know you really want your child to grow here without having problems with the social, or the court where they will take your child away, please. Nobody will like that at all. So please take corrections in all these things, so that you don't have problem in Italy with your child or with them at all. Okay, so that is it. Leaving you now. One love to you all. Okay, remember to like my video, share to your friends on WhatsApp, Facebook, and also let's see in the comment section. I'm signing out officially. I'm Chicha. One love. I'm out of here. Ciao.